The third thing maybe which distinguishes Benedictines from the other religious orders is maybe the vows. The other orders tend to take vows of poverty, chastity, and obedience. But those are not always very easily applicable to lay people in especially householding stage of life, family, marriage. Chastity in marriage, if it's taken too much, is obviously not a good thing. And poverty is not a good thing when you're trying to raise a family or create a house. So actually these vows are not easily applicable to married life. Obedience, well, you see that the Benedictines have that, but if it's only understood as obedience to a religious superior, to a superior, again, it doesn't really work amongst lay people, because you don't have a religious superior or someone. You might have a boss in the office, but at home it's mutual, the relationship. There's no boss. So or sometimes there is, but we live in the modern world now. So anyway, the Benedictine vows are slightly different. They are stability and obedience and conversatio. There's been a lot of work amongst Benedictine scholars on this last vow. In the old days, it was read as conversio, conversion of life. It was seen more as a sort of spiritual thing about. But modern scholarship has pointed out that all the earliest documents we have of Benedict's rule have actually the word conversatio rather than conversio. And so literally it kind of means a vow of conversation, which you might think is a bit strange. But again, this is sort of relevant to especially family life or home life, stability, sort of staying with relationships, not moving on all the time, sticking with people who life has called you to be with. The obedience, now Benedict's rule makes an emphasis on obedience, which seems to come very much down to listening or attentiveness. There is this aspect of obedience to a superior, that's there, but it's not the whole thing. There's an attentiveness to everyone and a quality of listening, which you see Benedict starts his rule like that. And obedience is mutual. It's not just a hierarchical thing. It's the bit I'll look at in the rule now shows how it's a mutual attentiveness. That's okay. So listening, and then this conversatio, conversation, how important the capacity to share. I mean, technically it might mean sharing in Benedict might have meant it to be sharing in the monastic style of life, but it's sharing a life, basically, that we're not living as individuals, but we're living in a shared life, and all shared life involves conversation. I had to learn this when being a bachelor for many years and then getting married. you have to discuss everything, and nothing can be kind of assumed anymore at all. So anyway, this vow of conversatio, things have to be discussed, and conversation helps to bring things out as well. So the combination of listening and communicating is really what a relationship is about, and stability. So really the Benedictine vows are a vow to be with others. You might see the essentially relational, being, stability, and to be with someone you need to listen, and you need to also be able to communicate. So it's very universal, really, not specifically religious in any sense.